What's going on, everyone? I'm the Dog, and I am going to, well, I don't know what kind of intro that was, just stop questioning me. In the last episode, we got our X-ray visor, the last, visor power-up, after earlier getting both the grapple beam and the power bombs. And now that we have all that stuff, we're going to go to the Magmore Caverns and claim our last beam. And it is an awesome beam. So I'm here in the Talon Overworlds, and something just hit me, I'm not really sure what, don't really care, because it was either a Zoomer or a Gamer, and neither of those are really a threat worth doing anything about at this point, because I'm rambling about them far more than they deserve. Oh! Ooh! Alrighty, okay, there's a red door at the top of this room. See, we can get across here now that we have the grapple beam, and I think there might be actually two different secrets up there. But there's at least one thing we can do up there that requires the last beam. So I'm gonna wait off on, grappling around up there, along with the caves in Fendrana that we can now do more with the grapple beam. Gonna wait until we get the last beam. And some of it might actually wait until we finish up the phase on mines, because a lot of it involves Chozo artifacts and optional power-ups, stuff that I would want to put at the end of the LP anyway, right before going off to fight the final areas. This has actually turned out a bit shorter than I expected. My initial prediction was kind of foolish and naive, I later thought, was that the LP would take me... Alright, let's see. Fiery Shores. There is some more stuff we can do in both the Monitor Station and Triclops Pit. But the main thing we want to do is in Geothermal Core. And there's also something cool to do in Workstation Tunnel. So I think first I'm gonna go up this way and do what there is to do in Monitor Station and Triclops Pit. It's optional stuff, and then I'm gonna go back and get the beam from the Geothermal Core. So hopefully it won't take too long, but even if we do go a bit over time, I won't disappoint you guys by not getting the last beam in this episode. I will get it. Ice Beam is so awesome against the Magmores, and now that we have the grapple beam, we can use that as a shortcut across here. But yeah, the future Metroid Prime games make a lot more use of both the grapple beam and Spider Ball. Everyone seems to like this first one the most, and I can definitely see where they're coming from. But personally, I think Echoes, the sequel, is just as good. I don't really see why people hate the whole light and dark thing as much. Because Echoes is going to introduce a system that was pretty divisive, so to speak. That's kind of ironic. Ice Spreader, huh? Of, having a light world and a dark world, like alternate dimensions that you can transition between through portals. I thought that made for some cool puzzles, so I didn't mind it. Now, I thought the second game was just as good as the first, and the third was kind of the weakest. Ice Spreader acquired. This powerful attack uses 10 missiles! Using the Ice Beam, press and hold A to charge, then press Y to fire. Yep, we finally got the Ice Beam charge combo, and it is the other one of the two, single-shot charge combos. So the one for the last beam is a continuous fire like the Wave Buster. Uses up more missiles than the Super Missile, 10 instead of 5, but it's pretty powerful. And like the other charge combos, besides the Super Missile, of course, I end up not finding that much use for it in combat. Here's our handy visor telling us, yes, we should indeed go get the last beam before going further into the phase on mines. It agrees with me. Yeah, the Ice Spreader, oh god, what the heck? You suck. That's why I'm going to freeze you and shatter you. Kick some ice. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, the Ice Spreader I don't find that much use for. It is indeed powerful, and it can freeze things across a large area, which is pretty neat. It looks really freaking cool, but it's not all that useful. But I'll show it off at some point soon anyway. So here's something we could have done a bit earlier, but not necessary. And some of it, I mean, there's one thing that allows us to get like a missile expansion or, you know, some optional power-up. Collapsible suspension bridge, that's interesting. Basically, we just use the spinner, and that's going to raise this bridge. Oh, that does something new. Okay, just power restore. Okay, yeah. With just the boost ball and the space jump boots, actually, I don't even know that you need the space jump boots to make that jump. It might just be the boost ball. We could have come in here quite a bit earlier and gotten an optional power-up, but then there's another thing you can get here that requires the power bomb. Oh, wait, no. Okay, it's the Chozo artifact, which is not optional, that you can get early in the game before you even know what these things are. I did that in my practice run, sort of by accident. I got this before I had even, you know, started seeing scans about the Chozo artifacts. So now we have 2 of 12. And then there is a Bendesium plate here, which we can destroy with the power bomb, and it gets us, I believe, an energy tank. Maybe it's just missiles. Maybe it... Oh, wait. I know. It's a power bomb expansion. Yes. First one of these we've seen. Gives us just one additional power bomb, since those have extremely low ammo. But that means our max is 4, which is pretty nice. So that's gonna spit us back out in the fiery shores. Gonna go back into the Triclops pit. Arrgh. It's easier to jump out of this lava now that we... I'm going the wrong way. Derp. It's easier to get to jump out of this lava now that we have the gravity suit. That actually helps our movement in lava as well as water. You just hardly notice the lava thing. And that Bendesium bit of wall is back already. Yeah, I'll find something to use the ice spreader on. Like you. Okay, that was a massive waste, because we didn't even get to see its cool visual effect or anything. But it did one-hit KO a flying pirate, which is still fun. One-hit kill. I keep saying one-hit KO. I guess I've been playing Pokemon too much. Samus used sheer cold, that's what it is. Nah, you can never play Pokemon too much. Pokemon is awesome. I really kind of wish I could do a Pokemon LP, actually, but I don't have any way to record footage from handhelds, so I can't do an LP of GBA or DS Pokemon. Now, I think other people, like Choco Conroy, of course, do Pokemon LPs. The way to do them legitimately without, like, emulators or anything is to, have a Game Boy player, so you can play Game Boy games on your GameCube, and that'll put them up on the TV, so thus you can, record footage using the capture device, just connect it to the GameCube. There's a couple problems with this, which is that first off, I used to own a GameCube, but we got rid of it after we got our Wii. So I don't have the system itself, and I also never owned a Game Boy player. So I would have to buy not only a whole nother GameCube. Is this the spot? There's some spot on this floor where you can blow up part of the floor and go in. Not sure exactly where it is. Worth a try. Oh, that was a waste of a power bomb. I should probably just stay scanning things. That looks unstable. Yeah, I would have to not only get a whole nother GameCube, but also get a Game Boy player to be able to LP GBA games. And I have no idea how to get footage from a DS. So handheld LPs are not in my future, but Wii and Xbox are. So I'm just... Oh, God. Wasted so many power bombs. The real way to get under the floor was down here. Didn't even need the power bombs. There's Triclopses. Okay, I have to see this, though. Yeah! Had to destroy Triclops with a power bomb. It needed to be done. Anyway, go through under here. We killed the Triclops. Okay, so we didn't need as much stuff as I thought we did for that. Well, that's derpy. We'll get some power bombs back. And this is just a regular beam door. Storage cavern. So wow, we really didn't need all that crap. But here is a missile expansion. Always nice. Could have gotten it a lot earlier, but it's still always nice. Now our missiles are up to 130. Pretty good. I mean, I used to wonder if like 150 was the max. Now it's 250. So many missiles. Is it possible to just like jump through here? I don't think it is. Oh well. I don't like Triclopses. Oh. You can boost ball while you're grabbed by one, but you can't fire regular or power bombs. You can boost ball to absolutely no effect. Kind of amusing. Checking my time. Okay. I really need to go get back to the geothermal core, so I don't have to go too much overtime to include the, this is the wrong one. To include the last beam in this, episode. Everything always takes longer than I thought. My original prediction for the, length of this LP was that it would be around somewhere between 20 and 30 episodes, and then I decided, when I saw how slowly it was going, like how little I was getting done in each episode, I figured, well, that was a stupid, naive prediction, because I didn't really know what I was doing yet, and had no idea how long it would take. Yes, we do want to get in there. Of course. Of course. And then I predicted it would be like 50 episodes, which partially sparked my worry about how long this LP would take me to finish in regards to, like, school starting and all that. Like, you know, summer will be over and I'll only have done the one LP. Now I'm seeing that that's not really an issue, because this game is probably only going to last somewhere between 30 and 40 episodes. Longer than my initial stupid prediction. Oh yeah, I could freeze those, I suppose, if I'm ever having trouble with them, but whatever. But still quite a bit shorter than my roughly 50 episode prediction later. My prediction that I would be doing it until the start of school if I didn't start uploading them faster. So I'll be on to my next game pretty darn soon. Probably be done recording this game and with starting my practice run in only a couple days, since I'm recording just about every day now, but you guys still won't see the next LP go up for quite a while. I'm recording this on July 7th, or July 6th, rather, sorry. Can't read either, apparently. I wonder if this is the room. I think it might take a super missile. I mentioned earlier, there's one of these rooms. It's not this one. It's on the lava lake. Or maybe it's in this half of this room. I don't think the scan visor tells you about it, but later on... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in the lava lake, but I just wanted to make sure. Later on, we'll get some hints as to where each of the Chozo artifacts are, and one of them describes the location of that, so that you know, you have an idea of where to look, even though the scan visor won't tell you that that area is made of cordite and weakened or anything like that. So anyway, we're in the geothermal core, and we're almost 15 minutes in. I noticed these puddle spores are gone. They disappear after a while. No, I'm not looking for invisible puddle spores. I don't really know why I did that. But anyway, now that we have all our different upgrades, we can get in here, hop up, use the grab double beam. This is kind of a neat little puzzle here. Get over here, and then we want to spin this. Want to spin each of these, and then we double jump up here. Spin this one, because we could jump to an extent. We could, you know, keep jumping up these without using these spinners. But then that would rob us of important platforms later on. And does this one? Yep, has a spinner. For some reason I thought one of these spinners was a different scan or something. That moves it up only a tiny bit. Oh, wait, no, okay, it moves it up a fair bit. I was just, yeah. Wait a minute. I don't think there's any, like, invisible platforms in this room or anything. We don't, is there a way to de-spin it? Nope. I am actually a little bit confused right now. I don't see any more grapple points. Oh, right. Okay. How did I not notice this? Oh yeah, okay. Well, that was derpy. But there, anyway, there's that spider ball rail, and now we can jump onto this platform, and this has a bomb slot. And that is going to actually activate these things that will literally raise the roof of this room. Raise the ceiling of this room, but raising the roof kind of sounds more like a party, I don't know. Still got enough time. Basically, you'll notice there's a whole bunch of spider ball crap up here, with also some plated parasites. There is another room that they appeared in. That will eventually lead around to that door. So, without further ado, bomb up here. Oops, sorry, mic fell over. This is probably the, biggest and best use of the spider ball in this game. I mean, it's used well, you know, other places, but it's more in moderation. This is the only place where there's one big puzzle with it. Like an entire wall of spider ball shit. An entire wall of spider ball shit. I'm so brilliant. Poetic. That's the only place where there's, like, a whole big room centered around it, like, you know, walls covered in spider ball rails. And I always mess up on that one spot. I made the same mistake in my practice run here. You have to drop down onto that platform and get onto the rail from there. The curve of the wall and whatnot makes it difficult to get up onto that sort of big panel of spider ball track if you just try to drop down from above. I guess, is how it works. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but whatever. Oh, yeah, okay. It's just hard to tell. Oh, come on! Sorry about this, guys. It's just hard to, tell. It's not like a 3D game or anything. With there's the depth perception there is sort of limited with the similar textures on the wall, no real defining boundary, and of course no 3D. It's kind of hard to tell how much the wall curves back, so I always just assume that I can, just drop down from the other spider ball track, when in fact I cannot. Come on. Here we are. It's the morph ball equivalent of sucking at platforming, sucking at spider ball courses. But there is a lot more interesting spider ball stuff in Metroid Prime 2. The spider ball is so cool in Metroid Prime 2. One thing that Metroid Prime 2 did better than this game is making use of these cool morph ball power-ups. Ooh, boy. Okay. Didn't have to bomb up to get to that. Good. Go around these little squarey doodads. Wow, I just said doodads. That's another thing that's kind of uncharacteristic. Oh well, whatever. These thingamawhatsits. bad plated parasite. Do not knock me off a third time. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can just bomb your way up the middle here, or you can save yourself some bombing, but add more time spent just rolling around by going up those paths on the edge, those sort of C shapes. Come here to the second big panel. Ah! No! 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 How long is this episode? It's already more than 20 minutes. Oh well, that's okay. We've had episodes that long before, it's not a big deal. Since I'm authorized to, my YouTube account is in good standing, so I'm authorized to upload longer than 15 minutes, and have quite frequently. It's all good. But yeah, you guys are gonna see this uploaded a lot later than I record it. It's July 6th as I'm recording this, but even with the 2 upload per day schedule, if I'm recording every day and recording several episodes per session, I'm getting the recording done a heck of a lot faster than the uploading, even with 2 uploads per day. So, it'll be a while before you guys see this episode. This is my 30th episode. And a long one it is. Come on. No, 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 no! Yo! Managed to catch the platform, just the track below it. That's the nice thing about those big plates. If you're on a good spot on them, you don't really have to worry about getting knocked off, if you run into a parasite. It's funny, these parasites, they call them parasites, but we never see them actually parasitize anything. Which is why I must question the name. Not to mention the fact that their parasite queens are so freaking huge, hardly anything could be a host for them. Guess if they wanted to prey on Flagra, or probably difficult to parasitize for a parasite to make a rock a host, so Thardos isn't likely. But those are like some of the biggest bosses in the game. They're barely big enough for a parasite queen to even hang on to one, much less be inside it. Anyway, that sounded kind of weird. Anyway, without further ado, the Plasma Beam! Oh, that was a pretty good announcer voice there. If I do say so myself. I mean, it's unusually good by my standards, which aren't very high, because my voice is kind of high-pitched and crappy sounding. We have the most OP weapon in the game! It's the Plasma Beam. It's freaking amazing. It has the second highest fire rate after the Power Beam, and the Power Beam is practically as fast as you can press the button. So, that, at the same time, doesn't say much and says a whole lot. Yeah, you can see it fires fast, and it's a fire-based weapon. Its shots are really hot, they can melt ice, cold-based weapons are very vulnerable to it, and we'll also start seeing plasma troopers about. It's very powerful, and its shots can set enemies on fire, causing residual damage. The only real drawback to this weapon is that its range is limited. You can see these regular shots, they can hit that pillar, but not quite reach that one. But the charged shots have a longer range than the regular ones, slightly at least. I'm not sure exactly how much longer. Is that the way I want to take up? Yeah, I guess so. Because now that we have the Plasma Beam, we're going to want to go back to the phase on mines. And we will do that. Actually, we're running into the problem of I have to find a save station again. But I guess I'll talk some more about the Plasma Beam while we do that and show it off. Even though there aren't that many enemies in the map for taverns, it's useful one. God, my mic fell over again. That's the problem with resting it on my leg, because it's not like a headset or anything, it's a desk mic, but when I'm sitting on the couch, I don't have much of anywhere to put it. It just sits in my lap. But, yeah. plasma beams is ridiculously powerful. Fires fast, does a lot of damage, lights enemies on fire. Only drawback is the somewhat limited range, but it's not terrible range. Most rooms in the game aren't so big as to make that range a huge issue. There are only a few instances where you'll really be irritated by it. It's still an amazing weapon no matter what. And it's what we'll mostly be wanting to use on bosses and tough enemies of any type from now on. I mentioned that the 4th beam weapon was really, really good for taking out flying pirates. That still holds true. Well, obviously, because we just now got the thing. But yeah, it's the best weapon for flying pirates that doesn't use ammo. Wow, this is 26 minutes long. But I guess I'll keep going until I find a save station. I mean, we'll want to go back to the phase on mines, so... Ooh, we might as well, try going through that door at the top of the root cave, and then I guess I'll save up my ship. Watch him wipe out these beetles with this thing. One-shot kills almost as fast as the power beam. So overpowered. So awesome. The funny thing is, in the next game, they didn't balance out these weapons by making the last one less powerful. You could even say the last beam in Metroid Prime 2 is even better than this. Actually, in a lot of ways it is. Yeah, it is a better weapon than the plasma beam. There are some invisible platforms in this game. Oh, plasma beam can kill beamers if you... Yeah, okay, you don't even have to charge it up. It can just kill beamers. It can also kill blood flowers. It can kill pretty much everything. Yeah, it incinerates enemies. In Metroid Prime 2, one thing that a lot of people didn't like, which was their solution to balancing weapons, was rather than make them weaker, rather than make the late game ones weaker, here you can see the rain falling on these invisible platforms. That's your clue to look for invisible platforms. Kind of neat. Yeah, their solution to balancing these was rather than make them weaker. Ooh, we can see through these vines to get a missile expansion. That's nice. Rather than make them weaker, they actually made them stronger, but they added ammo limits. And you can get ammo expansions for them. I think it's like you start out with max 50 ammo for each of the... Arg! Oh, are you kidding me? Start out with max 50 ammo for each of them, and then there's like 3 ammo expansions, or actually I think the max is 250, so 4. It's something like that. You just get large amounts of ammo for the different beams in Metroid Prime 2. I don't really want to spoil what the different beams are, since I am going to be Let's Playing Metroid Prime 2. Another thing about my whole desire not to spoil things is I will happily tell you that I'm planning on Let's Playing all of the Metroid Prime games, except Hunters on the DS, but that's a spin-off. I'm gonna play the 3 main series ones. Happy with telling you that. Okay, let's do this jump carefully. Get on the edge of this. Perfect. And, I was thinking it was a Chozo artifact for some reason. It's just another missile expansion, but that's still nice. I'm happy with telling you guys that I'm going to Let's Play all the Metroid Prime games, but I don't want to spoil what the other games I'm going to do are. Just yet. That's fun. Burning things. Fun. Pyro laugh. I suck so badly at Team Fortress 2, I can't even enjoy it. And yet I still reference it. Yeah, I really kind of suck at modern first-person shooters, because I never got to practice with them, because I never got to play M-rated games. And, you know, almost all the shooters are M-rated, so I really got to play them, so I end up sucking at them now. Now that Team Fortress 2 is free, and I have my own computer, so I can get it, and no one cares. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what the games See, I'm gonna have like a series of 5 games. I'm going to do each of the 3 Metroid Prime games, but they're going to be broken up in between by one other Wii game. And then I'm going to have another ambitious project after I'm done with the Metroid Prime trilogy. But anyway, this was a really long episode. Oh my god, this was more than half an hour long. So, let's end this off now. I'm the Nuffer Dog, and until next time, fuck yeah, Ice Spreader!